What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are here with another seasonal championship, the Chihuahua Express, it says. And it's an S1 class anything goes event. Anything goes means whichever car that you like, it just has to be in the S1 class, so between 801 and 900 rating. We're using the Ferrari 812 because it is a Ferrari season, and I thought fittingly we would use a Ferrari for it. We've used it before, it is the same share code, but for those that haven't seen it, I'll put the share code in the description, as always. And as last time that we used this car, I will once again spend all 3 races gushing about how amazing it looks. But come on, look at it. How could you do anything else? And we're waiting for race number 1. It is a street racing championship, which is the second best form of racing, right after road racing, right? That's interesting. That's a Formula Drift car, isn't it? It's probably not the best car for street racing. Well, with a tune it might be. We are going past here in a reasonably convincing fashion. And as you can see, we are having pretty good corner speed, so we can enter the corners relatively quickly here, which means we can close in on them, and then we can even exit the corners very quickly because it is a very stable tune. So the corners are where we are going to make up a lot of time. Well, that one wasn't very good, but generally speaking, 30% in, and now we have a very fast segment here. Braking a little bit early so that we can get a good line and get on the accelerator first. That helped us close the gap here to the next corner. And that means we can close in here, plant the car on the inside, and once you are on their inside you are passed, because the AI will yield and give you a position. They will not force a collision or try to get you off the road. And it's not advanced enough to do any sort of switchback maneuvers, brake early, switch sides, and then shoot on the inside. They don't do that sort of stuff. Plus we already have the inside line, and they would have to really compromise their line in order to get on the inside of you in a switch maneuver. So highly unlikely that an AI does that. And that should really give us the lead. Well, we have lead, but it should give us a very good position to finish this race off as long as we don't completely blow it. That's another benefit of having a stable tune, is the likelihood for mistakes goes down because the car is very forgiving. This is another good spot for overtaking, where you can get up to a lot of speed and then you can just brake late into that corner. AI brakes comparatively early into this one, and you can really position your car on the inside. Or you can close in and then overtake from here, but well, that's basically your last chance, obviously, so if you don't do it there, you don't do it. And that's 20 points in race 1. I'm glad we get to drive that at daytime, very much so. Certainly preferable over doing the night races. So where's race number 2? Should have been over here. No, that's the one we already did. Wait, it's road racing, not street racing. I'm sorry, it's road racing. Whoopsie. That's why it's daytime. I was already wondering what's up with that, but yeah, it's road racing, so of course it's daytime. Silly. Oh well. I think there is a street racing championship this week, though. Got confused because there's 3 of them. God, look at that car. Come on, man. How can you not like that? Loading for race 2. Race 2 shouldn't be an issue. The circuit is very user-friendly, driver-friendly, and the only thing is the AI is pretty good around it, so certainly have to be careful and wary of that. But oh, that's a quick start. Alright, position ourselves on the inside, same will go for the next corner, walnut, exactly. Oh, he's been off the road. That puts us into 4th. Now we close in, position ourselves on the inside. That was not clean but efficient. Very slow corner. There's another Formula Drift car. Not exactly sure what's up with using those in this type of road race, but why not? Certainly have a weight benefit. And here we use a very tight line to get on the inside of him and basically cutting the checkpoints, so driving over the flags can give you a big advantage because the AI normally doesn't do it, they stay within the flags, again, normally. So that is certainly a way that you can get past them, is to cut the checkpoints by driving through the flag. It still counts as going through the checkpoint, but you can take a tighter line. Oh, it's not very clean again. Kind of struggling through that corner, which is a bit uncharacteristic. And then again, we are trimmed on downforce, and in these slow corners, obviously you have very little downforce. And the mechanical grip is there, obviously, but not to the extent where it allows us to press the car through like we would in the fast corners. So in the slow corners you have to fight a little bit with the car to get it through as planned, and we're on the last lap and we are quite a way ahead, so I don't really worry about that. Now we actually take a wide line into it. A very different line. I don't know if that was any faster, but it was at least cleaner. That worked pretty well. I actually thought for the road racing they could implement like a real kind of race circuit area on the map. I mean, the map is huge, you can implement that easily. But where you have like a real circuit, kind of like the one they had on the Lego DLC, where they had the circuit area on the top in Horizon 4. And they have a little bit of that on the map, but it's not really used a whole lot. I mean, there is like one race there, maybe 2. There's one for dirt racing and one for road racing, one area on the map. But yeah, it's so little, it sees so little use, and it's not a focal point of anything, but I don't know. It's a bit of a shame. Same goes for drag racing. I mean, if you put it in, then put it in, but make something of it. Don't just put in free token drag races. I don't know. Maybe that's a plan for later on, but it seems a bit of an oversight. I mean, if you obviously don't care about it, then don't put it in. Like, I mean, very useful for taking car pictures for the Horizon promo. That's a thing. So you can get like, I don't know, 10 cars, I think it is. 12 cars, something like that. Get them all photographed at once, start finish line. That's pretty good, right? But apart from the end, the races are short, obviously, so stack a few of those elusive victories. But yeah, all in all, I don't really know why we even put it in, because we obviously don't care about it. We'll now position ourselves on the inside here. That's a clean overtake. And we actually stay on the outside here because that Porsche has the inside. And here you can see again how we just rode the checkpoint and we crossed through the flag there, which put us into a great position, which allowed us to basically go straight through instead of taking a corner like the AI does. And that really allowed us to just drive past them and keep the momentum, and that made the overtake very easy. And that's certainly a recommendation if you struggle overtaking, especially on a track like that, just cut the checkpoints a little bit. And you will see the results once you start doing that now. If you're uncomfortable with it, I would suggest turning rewind on for your first races where you're trying that. I do have rewind on, but I kind of like to use it during the recorded races. But generally speaking, when you do that, and when you cut the checkpoints like that, you always run the risk of actually missing a checkpoint when you overdo it a little bit. And when you have rewind on, you can just rewind and do it again. So certainly, and obviously it's not a requirement to have it off. Like, you can do it with it on, and that's fine. There again, just driving through the flag, and here again, just, I mean, those aren't high risk flags. There are some, especially at higher speeds, like when you do it here. Or here, there's the risk that you overdo it and you land on the grass and everything goes horribly wrong right there as well. Right through the flag again. Oh, I got off the line. Bad. That's what happens when you get off the racing line and the car goes off balance, and everything can go horribly wrong rather quickly. Now, luckily, it all went well in the end, and we bag another 20 points and 3 wins, but there you could see how fast it could go horrendously wrong once you go off the line. But it all worked out. So that's 60 points. Where are Formula Drift cars? 357 Corvette is in 5th. There's a stock car in 8th. I think that's all the Formula Drift cars we've seen. Well, they changed the cars in the race, but still they were not very successful. So 60 points for us. Let's check the reward. I think it's a BMW that you need for the danger sign, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a danger sign that you need to do with it. Hey, and we can end on a wheel spin again. That's become somewhat of a ritual, hasn't it? Oh look, 20,000, that's amazing. So I hope you enjoyed it, thank you for watching, and until next time, farewell.